Madison's different areas each offer unique features and amenities, from lakefront locations to downtown proximity, from established neighborhoods to newly developed communities. And today, I'm walking you through Madison's various areas to help you understand what each location has to offer. Hey, I'm Allie, and today we're exploring different Madison neighborhoods. We're going to focus on location features, amenities, and community characteristics so you can really get to know the area. So let's start with Madison's unique geography. Obviously, my favorite subject in school. But, anyways, this city, if you don't know yet, it's actually built on an isthmus between two lakes. So you have Lake Mendota and then Lake Monona. So this creates some super interesting characteristics for different areas and just makes the feel and the vibe of Madison super cool. And the Isthmus contains our downtown district with the Capitol building at its center. And then from there, the city extends in all directions and they each have their own distinct features. Each area is going to look and feel a little bit different than the next. So let me show you this on a map. So how these areas are laid out and how they connect to the major transportation routes. So you can see here's the Capitol, and then everything kind of splays out from there. You have the north side, the east side, the south side, and the west side. And then you have kind of all of the surrounding areas from there. And then something good to know also is that here you can see what we call the belt line. I thought every city had this, but I guess they don't. But the belt line makes it super easy to get from one side of town to the next. You take all your exits and it just really connects everything super easily. And then obviously here you can see the isthmus in the middle, the two lakes, and then actually if we zoom out a little bit, you can see that there's a ton of lakes around Madison. So it makes for a lot of fun and interesting things to do in all seasons. All right, next let's talk about the downtown area. So downtown features a unique layout that's centered around that Capitol Square. So from here, you'll find a mix of historic buildings and also some modern developments. It really seems like every time I drive downtown, there's a new building up or new apartments or, there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of changes happening all the time. And State Street connects the Capitol to the University of Wisconsin campus. State Street is very cool. They have a lot of awesome restaurants, really cool shops. It's just a really fun vibe. There's just a ton of people walking, it's kind of an afternoon activity is walk down State Street and see what there is. And this area features extensive bike trails and there's dedicated paths and even bicycle boulevards. So there's whole roads that are, really turned into bike routes. And the area includes several public parking facilities and also street parking options. So everything is really walkable downtown, obviously, and it's not too difficult to find parking downtown. All right, let's kind of move west from downtown. So here we kind of find more established neighborhoods with tree-lined streets. This area is going to feature numerous public transportation routes again, and that's connected to downtown with some of these major roads. So it's pretty easy to get to. So the near west area, you'll also find some really fun coffee shops, restaurants, little shops and stuff like that near the Monroe Street area. And it includes several public parks and green spaces. So you have a really good mix of local shops and a kind of a downtown feel with a little bit more green space. And then we move even farther west. So the far west area includes a lot of newer developments and modern infrastructure. There's major employment centers located there. You'll see research parks and medical facilities. You've got Exact Sciences is kind of over in this area as well. And it also includes multiple shopping districts. And so you've got like Westtown Mall. Hilldale is kind of a little bit near west, but you've got some different shopping areas and also some recreational facilities. It feels a little bit farther away from downtown, obviously, but you still have so many options, so many local shops and restaurants that serve this area as well. And then we'll move to Madison's east side. It's a pretty cool area. I grew up on the west side, but I also lived on the near east side as well. So I kind of have experience in both areas. So the area includes several shopping districts and numerous parks. So you have the West Town Mall on the west side. You have the East Town Mall on the east side. Pretty easy. You also have things like, your Target on the west side. You have Target on the east side. Tons of grocery stores. Every side of town is kind of its own community too. And personally, I think the near east side and the east side, they have a little bit more funky charm and just kind of a unique community feel in Madison. All right, and then we've got the north side. So the north side area offers proximity to the airport, so it's really close to the airport and also still really easy to get to transportation wise. So several business districts serve this area too, and along with multiple public facilities. So I really think the north side is kind of coming up. You've got the Eakin Park neighborhood, which is so cool. They have this really cool outdoor dining and cute little restaurants. They also have Dexter's Pub, which in my opinion has the best fish fry in Madison, but we'll talk about that in a different video. And you've also got the Willie Street Co-op has a newer location in the north side of Madison as well. So you have a ton of really cool amenities that are coming up on the north side. All right, and next up is Madison's south side, and this features convenient access to the Beltline. It's really easy to get to and really easy to connect to other areas of town and downtown as well. So when I think of the south side, I think of my grandma owned a house on Monona Bay. You could see the Capitol from her bedroom window. It was just fantastic. And then you had Park Street kind of, really close by her as well. And lots of cool local restaurants there as well. In this area, you're going to see some older, unique buildings. And then also it's starting to kind of expand as well with newer apartment communities, newer condos. So you really have a mix. So with the south side, you're getting a little close to downtown. So you've got some of the action, but you're, a few steps away from the downtown vibe. And then also you get into areas closer to Fitchburg, which is another smaller community as well that kind of really blends in with the rest of Madison too, but has a little bit more of a suburban vibe. All right, Madison's areas are connected through various transportation options. So this sounds like such a lame thing to talk about in a YouTube video, but when you're thinking of getting around, if you're moving to Madison or moving to any new city, I would want to know, can I get around, right? So let's talk about it. So the Metro Transit system, that's the bus system. It provides bus service throughout the city. So you have that really strong. You can get to tons of places with the bus system. And the bicycle infrastructure includes over 200 miles of bike paths and bike lanes. So that is something super unique. I think we've been called one of the fittest cities in the nation, and all of the miles of bike paths kind of contribute to that. And major highways connect different areas. So you've got the Beltline, like we talked about. We have the Interstate 39, 90, 94, whatever that means. Whatever, I just call it the fast road. And then we have several state highways. So understanding these connections is going to help you in evaluating different locations based on your transportation needs and how far your commute is going to be. Next up, let's talk about different community amenities. So each area of Madison is going to offer access to various amenities. Obviously, we have lots of stuff going on. So public libraries are located throughout the city. There are tons of them, and they are so awesome. I didn't really grow up going to the library often. I did one time in 6th grade. I checked out a book because we had to, and I literally didn't bring it back until I was in my 30s. So anyways, I have recently started going back to the libraries now that I have a 5-year-old daughter, and they are just so wonderful. There are so many fun things to do. They have so many community events at the libraries, and obviously fun stuff for kids, but also really great networking opportunities for adults, or just, continued learning into adulthood. We also have parks and recreational facilities that can be found in all areas. We have tons of parks. Most neighborhoods are really close to at least one park. And then we have bigger, larger parks with, more exciting things to do kind of sprinkled around the city. And shopping districts are really distributed across different locations. They're really spread out, meaning anywhere you go, you can find some good shopping opportunities. And then medical facilities serve various parts of the city as well. So we've got numerous different hospitals, and some of the best hospitals and the best doctors in the state. So understanding Madison's different areas is going to help you in making the best decision about where to live based on your preferences for things like amenities, transportation, and really location features, and what really matches your vibe. So for more detailed information about Madison's area, subscribe to my channel for weekly videos about Madison, the city I love so much, and feel free to reach out with any questions about any specific area.